One of the very generous supporters of the site sent me this Guitarlift to try out and review. So you can see it's attached to the body of my guitar here. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of talk about what I like about it first, and then I'll talk about a couple of things that, considerations that you might want to consider before purchasing one. I believe that this model is the big or the large version. They do have smaller ones, which I'd be very interested in because obviously it's a very large device. So it attaches with suction cups onto the guitar, like that. And then there you go. This rubber padding comes right off if you want it to. Otherwise, just stick it on there. You could cut it shorter if you wanted it to not hang off the ends. Besides that, it's nice and clear, very strong. Seems pretty bulletproof. So, what do I like about it? I will say of all the guitar supports that I've tried ever, and I've tried many if you've seen my other reviews, I would say this is the most secure guitar support I've tried yet. Like in terms of like how it feels on my leg, it feels just as secure as a footstool. It really rests there without any flex or anything like that. So I love that. There's no like wobbling to it. You also have pretty much like a full mobility as in terms of like moving the guitar around. And you can get it into the right position. You know, like some of the guitar supports, like they put my guitar in a very specific position. What I did, and I'll show you this in a second, but I set my guitar up the way I wanted, and then I kind of like pushed the guitar lift into the guitar so that I could sit exactly how I want. So those are two very important things. So the first thing I said was it's super secure feeling, like it feels, there's no flex to it. It feels just very secure when I'm playing with it. So just as secure as a footstool, or pretty much maybe even better. And then the other thing was that I was able to get it into exactly the position I wanted. I did have to change the position of the suction cups, but you only have to do that once, and they give you a little tool to do that. And it was super easy. You just adjust it, and that's the only time I'll have to do that, but otherwise it'll just fit on my guitar like that every time. So very comfortable. This padding is nice and soft, and it doesn't slip on my pant leg, which is really important too. Usually I use like some shelving cloth to stop my guitar, even when I'm using a guitar support, to stop it from sliding down my leg. But on this one, this material, this kind of rubbery foam material, really stops on the pant leg. So they kind of thought of everything in that regard. I might also say that it's very possible that because my chest is now resting on the guitar lift itself, I might not be dampening the vibrations of the guitar as much. I don't know if this is really like true or if it'd be noticeable to an audience, but I feel that when I'm playing the guitar, that it's vibrating more than usual. But maybe that's just all in my head. I'm not really sure. But it would make sense that like keeping your body off of the wood would allow the wood to vibrate a little better. So that's kind of cool. And in terms of like the suction cups staying on, they seem to be staying on really well. They do come with some suction cup like adhesive things, but what I would do is I buy this like cling vinyl stuff, which is just like a non-adhesive static cling wrap, and I would just put this on the back of the guitar to make sure, like if you're playing a guitar with French polish, that the suction cups stay on really well. Because sometimes French polish, it has like little air bubbles in it, so that the suction cups can come off. But right now, it's not coming off. They're on there really well, so it's super secure. It's definitely not going to fall off. Now, what I'll do is I'll just turn to the side a little bit and let you just kind of see the guitar support, and then I'll just mention a few things about it. So this is kind of the side view. I don't like the idea of there being something like pushing the guitar out this way from me, because that always makes me feel like I have to extend my arm out. But actually with a little bit of leaning in here, it makes no difference. I actually almost don't notice that it's there. So I wouldn't worry about that. It's very slim. It only extends out from the guitar like a centimeter. So I would not worry about it making the guitar pushed out this way. So don't worry about that. I think that's very successful. You really can't notice it. It's so not noticeable. The only thing you might notice is like some glare from the clear plastic. And like maybe someone would notice this on your leg, but like it's very low profile, very hidden, just highlights the guitar the way it is. So super secure, it's working really great for my position. I love the way this feels. I would definitely use this guitar support. Now, in terms of things that I might not like, well, the first thing, obviously it's massive. Now this is the large version, so they do have a smaller one, so I'd be very interested in doing that. Something that could fit in my bag would be great. There's just no way I can carry this around with me. So I've seen people like put it on certain cases, might have somewhere you could put it. Some people suction cup it onto their hard cases, and that sometimes works. But that's the downside, it's massive, right? It's not just like a throw it in your bag like the Gitano or something like that. It's just pretty bulky. But like I said, the smaller version I'd be very, very interested in. The other awkward thing that I found, and it's only because I'm just using it for the first time, is that when I was setting it up, I found it a little bit hard to attach to my guitar in terms of like getting the right position. So like, I just didn't know how to do it. Like obviously the best way would be to go like this and then just like put it on your guitar. But it was pretty tough for me to tell if that was going to work for my guitar position. So what I did is I like tried to balance it here and then tried to hold my guitar and guess. And then I just kind of started sticking it on. And that actually worked really well. But it was kind of awkward. It's like, it was a little bit awkward to hold the device, and like it started to fall over in my guitar. But you know what? Once you have your position really set and you're really happy with where it is on your guitar, take some of that cling vinyl stuff or the ones that they give you with the Guitarlift, put it on there, and you'll know exactly where to put the device each time. If you wanted, you could even take like a little felt marker and just like lightly mark the edges, so you can just quickly put your guitar down, match it up with the edges, and then go. But I did find that's one thing. It was like kind of hard to like make it work. But you saw in the video, it only took me like 2 seconds. I held it up, put the guitar in the right position, and then pressed. And then this is good. So this feels pretty great. Great clearance up here. Everything that I want from a guitar support is here. My back feels great, super secure. And like I said, I think it even helps with the sound. I think getting the right size support will be really important. I played around with it quite a bit, so I think I'm pretty happy with this. This edge here, though, does rub against me a little bit, so I can kind of feel like my chest is mostly on the guitar support, but it's also resting on my guitar slightly, so I can feel this edge. So I think the shorter version would be better for me, although the suction cups would have to be up pretty high. I guess it would depend on what height you are and what size your guitar is, but it'd be nice if that edge wasn't rubbing against me, because I can definitely feel it, and when I like move down like this, I can feel it rubbing against me, which is not a big deal. I'd probably just get used to it, but right now it feels a little bit strange. But again, I think it depends on getting the right size support for your guitar. Maybe the medium one would be best for me. But as you can see, like I'm extending this out quite a bit because I'm short and I want the guitar quite high. So maybe the medium would be better, but I'm not sure. I would have to try them out. But this is the large, and they also make a small, so the medium is probably, right in between and best for most people. It's such a simple device because it's just this big bulletproof piece of plastic here, so that's, or plexiglass or whatever it is, and it just works. So obviously suction cups are not the best devices for performance. They can come off. These have not come off yet. They seem super secure on there, so nothing has happened yet. So I'm pretty happy compared to some devices that I put down here. Sometimes the weight of the guitar really pushes them off, but it's not happening on the Guitarlift. So I was very skeptical of getting one of these, so I'm so happy that my supporter sent one to me, so thank you so much. Because I wasn't going to get one because they're just so massive and bulky, but now that I'm using it, this is great. I really think that this is a great guitar support and one of the best that I've tried. A little bit bulky, still uses suction cups, which I have problems with suction cups. Of course, everyone does, but I think that in terms of this particular support compared to other ones, I think this is a real winner. And the most important thing to any player is going to be, how does it feel to play guitar with it? And this one feels great.